Hey guys, it's Beginnings here. Hope you guys are having a wonderful week so far. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a very spicy solo queue Annette game. It was insane amounts of fun. Carrying to me is always the most satisfying feeling as a support player. You know it's solo queue because I have 2 diamonds and 2 masters on my team. I'm the only conch on my team. That's okay though, because Annette is great for carrying solo queue. You can see from the build at the beginning, I definitely go a more offensive build, opting to build both Tome of the Reaper and Frosty's Revenge. Definitely helps out a bit when you're trying to 2v8. This Flash and I definitely pop off quite a bit. Our jungler isn't the greatest. You can see I started the same side as my jungler because the enemy does have a Grak, and I know that that can be an issue, especially if he pulls the buff after my jungler already gets it pretty low. Talonus does a good job at pulling the red buff. I don't want to walk up and soak even though Flash is taking decent bits of damage, just because I know he needs level 2 first. He probably could have stayed. We definitely could have cleared that next wave pretty easily. I see them going down, so I immediately go to my red buff because I do not want them to steal it. I accidentally pulled my notification center down for a second there. Definitely a mistake. I hate it when that happens. It looks like they have a duo lane of Grak and Gilder. Probably not going to be the most useful. I go ahead and position myself so I can land that wind cuff. I definitely overchase a little bit there, especially since I get hit by the hook, but I go ahead and flicker and wind cuff for the first blood, and I die to the Nakaroth immediately after. Tara did give us some vision into the jungler, so we knew he was going to be bot side, but I greeted for the kills there, definitely. Fortunately, Kriknak does go in after Talonus and I both die, so he gives up another free kill. Thankfully though, since we still have a good 10 seconds until Dragon spawns, it's not going to give them too much of an advantage, especially if this Flash is able to chunk out the enemy Nakaroth quite a bit. I think he does end up dying because that Gilder knockback just barely clipped him and pushed him backwards, it looks like. That sucks, but thankfully Tara does rotate down so we can clear mid and kind of scare them off of this dragon. They are not going to be able to snowball today. Just gonna go ahead and pull it once again. I ping the Kriknak. I don't really know why, actually. I think it's because he's just bad, but if I'm being honest. Go ahead and throw my little vortex down and help out the damage onto the Gilder. I get a wind cuff onto Gilder and Grak and leave because there was really nothing else I could have done there. We need to not fight in the jungle or in the river right now just because they have a lot better of an early game. Grak, Gilder, Nakaroth, and Raz is definitely going to beat out Annette, Talonus, and Flash. Another thing is we have an item disadvantage, or a person disadvantage, but this Flash is insane. He gets a really good last second ult and manages to get a double kill before he dies. I get my wind cuff onto the Grak and the minion wave, and I hit 4 off of the minions dying under tower. Go ahead and hurricane wall him back towards my Talonus, who in return gets a kill. That was definitely a big turning point in this game, especially since my jungler is ending up on bot side, which means that we can secure this dragon here. It's possible we could have gotten the blue buff. I really wasn't paying attention to what buffs the Nakaroth had. Kriknak does ping us back, but Talonus keeps DPSing it, and so the Nakaroth jumps in and steals the dragon. That kind of sucks, but it's okay because you'll see I land a pretty good little wind cuff here. Managed to stun the Nakaroth. Flash follows it up, and we get both kills. So 3 kills for a dragon, that's worth. We also get his bot side jungle, definitely worth, actually. Like, wow. This game is definitely taking a turning point thanks to Flash and I, honestly. I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but it's going pretty well. You can see I have the second most gold on my team, rather, and Flash is 3, 2, and 3. I have 100% kill participation at this point in time, and like I said, looking good. Just gonna go ahead and head back towards bot side because I know if I do not babysit this Talonus, she's gonna kinda int, just because it feels like Diamonds and Masters really do have a hard time laning against a Grak, especially with a Gilder. Fortunately, my wind cuff misses, so he does not get stunned onto the wave, and we won't get too much poke. Just gonna help the Talanis push out that wave, and then I'm gonna sort of back off because we do not have vision of their jungler or their mid laner, and we know that their jungler can potentially end up bot side. We also know that Gilder does enjoy sitting in bot as well, so if they do show up, it is a 4v2. Raz was in that bush, and Gilder was as well, so it was a pretty good call to just sort of back up. Definitely a smart idea from that flash to not overchase, because overchasing just leads to more deaths. Just gonna go ahead and help clear this wave. I throw my ult out to make sure that the flash does survive, and it works out. I don't want to overcommit for this fight, especially since I know that there's 4 rounds, but Crickneck does jump in and kind of debates this flash a little bit, but it's okay because we wasted their time long enough to be able to secure a bot tower. And the next dragon is coming up as well. I know we're not going to be able to do it because Flash just died, which means that I just want to pull it out, make sure that mid gets cleared, and I will go ahead and rotate to try and help them out at least a little bit. We don't want to be chasing too much for kills because they just have like a really good like bait comp, or I don't know how to explain it. Like bush camping. They're really good at bush camping, Gilder, Grak. They can definitely CC chain one person to death if the Nacroth or the Raz is around. We do have a fairly squishy team. The only person that would really survive that is maybe Tara or Flash if I can help him out and make sure he lives long enough to get his ult off. They send 4 down mid once again, land a pretty nice wind cuff, and I go ahead and throw my ult out to stop the Gilder ult and help Flash get his ult off, but Crickneck doesn't have his ultimate up, so we will not be able to secure any kills here. We do get quite a bit of damage, and somehow my wind cuff hit those minions instead of going onto the Raz. Flash goes pretty deep, but knows that he needs to back off. Talanis lands a pretty nice ult onto the Grak, but nothing comes of it except for the mid tower. Mid tower is now gone. We can clear his bot side jungle since we have pressure in this side of the map, and Flash does kill the Grak while we go for this dragon. So far we have 2 towers and we've gotten 2 dragons, or maybe just 1, because I remember we did get 1 stolen. That sucked. We're just going to go ahead and make sure our Talanis gets as farmed as possible. Because this is solo queue, I am going to soak that wave because I need gold too. I call for the Talanis and Tara to switch because I know that we do want to start getting pressure into the top side of the map and potentially securing Darkslayer as well as that top tower that has not even been touched yet. We're going to go ahead and start rotating up, but I want to clear this mid wave first. Tara is dying to Raz, but I think she manages to survive. They had the same idea we did. You can see Gilder, who was their bot laner, ended up going top as well. And so we, both teams had the same idea, which means that it's probably a good thing that we did it. I go ahead and start looking for a wind cuff, but instead I'm going to go ahead and throw my ult down to secure the kill onto the Grak and make sure that his teammates cannot help him. Tara does start rotating towards bot finally. It was really late, but she eventually got the idea, so it's okay. I think she doesn't even manage to save that tower, which kind of sucks. I pop my Ring of the Fiend, and we do see that Nacroth is there. After a split second, I think he realizes we see him, and he scatters like a roach. I'm just watching bot to see if we can lose that tower, and we will, but we will be able to trade a top tower for it. I land a pretty good wind cuff onto the Raz, and Flash follows up onto the Nacroth with his ultimate, so we managed to get 2 kills. With the Gilder being dead, we can maybe push this tower, but then Grak gets a pretty nice ultimate and Ari rotates up. My wind cuff does hit them, but for some reason Ari is not pulled, and she gets her ult off onto the Talanis and she dies. That really sucked. I just run away because I know that I can't do anything to save her after that wind cuff doesn't stop, but Crickneck can get the kill onto her. This is an absolute bloodbath. Sorry, my bad, English is hard. We're 9 minutes into the game. There's 21 kills. I have 12 out of the 13 kill participation on my team. Me and Flash both have pretty decent kill participation at this point. And as long as the 2 of us really stay onto the same page, we will succeed. We managed to chunk out Gilder to about half there. Pretty good wind cuff followed up by the Flash's first and second abilities means that he definitely lost a good bit of his HP. Gonna go ahead and secure the next dragon, which is really good for us. because the Dragon's buff is really nice on poke supports or just any hero that has a damage over time ability. I throw down my ultimate so the Raz combo gets interrupted, and so the enemy team definitely cannot help him, and we get 2 kills out of it because Flash, I believe, killed the Gilder as well, and we will attempt to push down this next tower, but it's kind of a bad idea. Our wave is basically dead, and Ahri definitely is going to end up rotating. I tank the tower a little bit too much there. Unfortunately, Talanis dies. I couldn't get a win cuff onto really anybody. We overstay a lot. Nakaroth gets the kill onto the Cricknack, and with 2 dead, we really just need to head back. We're really not going to win a 3v3, at least not with the 2 of us at half HP. Flash's ult does come back up, and I think he wants to go for something, but we end up not going for it. They're just going to go ahead and take the red. I was going to do that camp, but then I start backing off until Raz hits it with the fireball so we can finish it off. We have really bad wave management this game. That's probably due to our Darkslayer laner. Maybe she's just not comfortable in the role, or she just doesn't have the knowledge necessary to know that wave management is very important. So we're going to help her out a bit. Go ahead and clear the camp. I know Flash wants to take blue. I think Cricknack wants to take it as well. Just making sure we have as much vision around the Darkslayer as possible. Grak seems to be a bit AFK. I don't know what he was doing there. For some reason, Talanis is dealing with the Nakaroth bot. Tara definitely should be bot side. Talanis can go top. I pop my Ring of the Fiend because I want to chase down this Gilder. I know that he can't really escape if we just kind of speed up our allies, especially since he already used his dash. The Ahri ult definitely coming in handy there. I think it helps them secure the kill onto the Cricknack, or maybe just helps them disengage. I'm really not sure. We shouldn't have fought at all without our Talanis. I ping side lanes because, like I mentioned before, we have the worst wave management ever. It's probably our biggest downfall at this point. I go ahead and ult away, both out of vision of the Nakaroth and potentially where he was going to jump next, just so we can secure that kill onto him. Pretty good ult coming from me. Pretty nice follow-up as well to make sure that we do get the kill onto the jungler. That really just makes it a lot easier for us to secure this next Darkslayer if we have our Talanis on top side. Tara is really attached to her lane though, so it's going to take a second. But that's just how solo queue is, and you can't let that frustrate you. Your team is almost never going to be onto the same page. Even if you're making calls, they're probably going to ignore you because ego is insane. 9 times out of 10, I mean, at least for me, I feel like a majority of the time I am better than my teammates just because I have more macro knowledge. I am a professional player. It is literally my living to learn how to play this game. And people still ignore me, so it's fine. We get a really nice win cuff onto the Grak and the Gilder, and go ahead and throw out our Hurricane Wall, so Raz ult does literally nothing. Unfortunately, Ahri does dive onto the Talanis, and she dies, but I land a really nice win cuff onto the Nakaroth, which means that all 5 of them are now dead, and we will be able to end this game. Really well played team fight from my teammates and myself. My ult made it so Raz ult literally did nothing, and our win cuff was the perfect engage to start that team fight. You can see my team is kind of just messing around, waiting for the game to end. This game was so much fun to play. Solo queue, like I mentioned before, is super satisfying, especially when you carry, and we definitely carried. We ended up out damaging our jungler. This game was so satisfying, super fun to play. I hope you guys enjoyed watching as much as I did playing, and I will see you guys next time. See ya.